Hi guys. Well, things are going to get better from now on because I'm going to make it. I've had it with providers. I've had it with the anti-IS system. I've had it with feeling like a commodity and just money to people and they don't give a shit about you. I know a lot of you guys say it to me because you know it, and I think you've all seen me try hard and you've all sat back and I know you've bitten your tongue and oh, Max, he's just having a shower. Separation anxiety. It's okay. You've got Mama and Willow and the birdies. I know, you can have my sink. He likes to sleep in the sink. Good boy, have a nice. You're very tired. Must be growing. But this is doing my head in. I am working with a situation that's just stupid now. Just stupid. It's so dysfunctional that I need to get off that loop because it's just not me. It's not me. And you guys have probably seen it the most in my videos. I'm not myself. This isn't me. And I'm sick of it. Oh, sweetheart, what's wrong? What are you trying to get into the toilet for? What's up? Come here, Papa. Come here. What are you doing? Come and see everyone on the camera. They want to see you. All right. Find your toys. Oh, Dad packed them up. That doesn't help, does it? So providers, guys, isn't it hard with some of them? Some of them are great. Some of them are just, I can't deal. Like, yes, I've got good support workers, but there's so many people in the system. This is what I want to talk about. The people in the system that make you feel less than, that make you the problem because they don't want to admit that they aren't coping, that they can't manage the situations or whatever, and you become the scapegoat. This is such an NDIS provider problem, and I'm tired of it. You know, I'm an autistic, and many autistics, particularly women, get accused of having a mental problem. Okay, if we get emotional, fuck off, deal with emotions and grow up. That's what I say. Okay, I want to tell you this. With all of my studies in psychology, if someone cannot handle emotions, and particularly when it's a reaction to their behavior, they have a problem. They need the help, not you. If you're communicating transparently, clearly, openly, there shouldn't be a problem. But if there is one, as much as it's hard to... What are you looking for, weirdo? Are you looking for Willow? Did Willow sneak in with Daddy? I don't know if Willow snuck into the other room. Probably. Cheeky little bugger, he might have. They both have separation anxiety from each other as well. Willow last night was looking for Max because he'd gone to bed early, because we went to bed early, and it's like, okay. It's all right, Max. Where's your brother? Where's Willow? He's looking for Willow. If you're communicating clearly and people just don't have time for you, people just keep swapping, giving you different people, and it's just like, it's undoable. It's undoable. It's exhausting. And I've just been on this loop for 8 months of just going around in circles, trying to be pleasing, trying to, yep, let's make this work, let's make this work. Oh, yep, I'm trying so hard. Like, and, you know, considering how many staff have been thrown at me, like, most of them are good. Most of them I can work with. So, I don't know what the fucking problem is. But there's more, but I'm not going to say because it's just not the time and place. And I don't want to because I always give people the benefit of the doubt. But what I will tell you is how I actually feel. I feel mistreated, used for money. I do. Here I am, slowly dying. And all I have is money. And I'm trying to deal with the next step of palliative care counselling and talking about end of life stuff. I've got big things to deal with. I've got Matt, not me, but you know, I don't go, of course. But Matt and my support coordinator is going tomorrow to the hospital to sort everything out because of the late diagnosis and because of the issues that are going on with my gastroenterologist and anaesthetist being mad that my oxygen is not good enough, my heart isn't good enough to do the procedure, which is concerning. Cardiac is the biggest death. I'm 51, guys, and we all know my risk factors. And god damn it, I wish everyone would take that seriously. Instead of just making out like it's all gonna be okay. It's not. The other night, I was in so much pain. I shouldn't have been. I don't know why I'm in so much pain. Why it's increased so much. Guys, it is a concern. I am scared, and you're seeing my heart get weaker. We're all seeing it, right? My edema is getting more. The seizures are quieter, as you notice in winter. But while I'm dealing with all of this, I'm dealing with people I feel that are just playing games, that are just talking behind my back. And I don't like non-transparency because I think it's toxic, I think it's bitchy, I think it's unhealthy, and miscommunications just happen left, right, and centre. And I'm sick of people making me the bad guy so that they can cover up that they failed at something, which I think is pathetic because failing is part of life. We all fail. We all can't get things done all the time. We all just can't be what everyone wants us to be. That's okay. But you don't need to drag down someone else to justify yourself. It's my opinion. You know, I have people telling me, these people, oh, they don't care about you. They just want your money. So I have to hear that when I'm not thinking like that. Then it gets put in my head and it's like, why? It's like, I know deep down, but I don't think like that daily. I mean, look at me, guys. I wasn't even this bad when I was homeless in between houses of SDAs just before, after a heart attack. I just can't deal with the toxicity. And I just feel that I have to get off this train. I have to make changes. I need people who are compassionate around me at this time of my life. This sensitive time of my life. I am so strong and so independent. It's just not acknowledged. It was said by one person, but it seems to be taken back. And I just think there's games going on. Neglect. And it's just not okay. This isn't a business. This is people. The NDIS will never work. For equipment, it's great. For safe housing and housing that suits your disability is wonderful. It's the best thing in the world. It is such a comfort to have that base, a place to suffer that's lovely and nice, a place to come home to from the hospital and appointments. But I can't handle the other side of it, fighting for 24/7 care since, well, January. Having the NJS, they had a new computer system put in, the PACE system, whatever that is, and they lost everything of mine from and went back 6 years ago, which is missing 3 diagnoses that I was given since being on the NDIS, because it's funny how, well, let me just say, the West Australian health system is dodgy, because when I moved from north to south, all of a sudden they're going, you've got all these things wrong with you. And I'm like, oh, all these diagnoses suddenly popped up. As an autistic, why the fuck is this world full of a bunch of liars? Why is there so many people that lie? I know it's because of my intellectual disability here. I don't understand. I don't understand why people lie. I tell the truth, even if it means I lose it all. I give a shit. I'm used to being treated like garbage, sadly. But even in the last place, we had criminals, we had violence around us, we had dangerous people on parole around us. But how I feel now, it feels worse. I feel like I need to just sit with someone who's just normal and just have a rational conversation for a change. Because things have just been so toxic for so long around me. Being told people don't care about you, being told that people don't have time for you, being told that they just want your money. It's just got to me. I don't want it in my life. I'm a positive person, and I can't have that positive me while I'm being influenced by other people's moods, and attitudes, which an autistic always absorbs. We always absorb other people's things. And I can't fix it. I don't want to anymore. I don't care. I've taken too much shit, to be honest. I should have been mad a long time ago. But I keep fawning. But that's because you hope that people are good. But you know what? I don't know anymore who's good and who's bad. I genuinely don't know who's good and who's bad. And having autism And not being able to understand that scares me. Even my support corner is saying, oh, well, and this is based on the old information. Whereas I'm what they call category B and in the medically complex side of NDIS. But she's not looking at that. She was looking at 6 years ago information saying you should be in a share house with 3 of you. And I'm like, what? So I'm a child? And I've just got to go live with 2 strangers? I'm a mother and grandmother, but just get rid of all of your stuff and go live like a child. At 51, when I don't know when my day is of ending, that's how I want to live. I don't want to fight for 24/7 care if it risks that kind of attitude towards me. Even though when I go to respite, it's, oh, we have to have 2 to 1 if you come to respite. I don't get it, guys. You guys in other countries have it so much better. But don't want to be institutionalized just because I'm sick. But you know what? I could do this alone. I've done it before. I really don't care. Because my Uncle Ray always said, these people in the future will always tell you that they know best for you. They will control you and convince you that you need them. And he's right. He's right. I don't need anyone, including Sir could walk away tomorrow. I could have 0 carers. Don't give a shit. I am as tough as a brick, I tell you. I'm tough. Don't give a shit. Because I will have peace of mind. I will have my own routine, my own consistency, no one to frustrate me. Like every fucking day, I'm frustrated because of other people just doing stupid shit. I'm sorry, but doing stupid shit towards me. It's like, no, that's unacceptable. That's neglect and that's bullshit. And I'm being overcharged. What? I'll get 20-minute meetings once a week. I pay more than for 20 minutes a week. I'm sorry. I'm just being used again. They love bomb you and then they turn on you. And I'm sorry to people who aren't religious, but I ask God right now to help me navigate what's right, what's wrong. But just because I'm sick, I'm not going to allow people to treat me bad. Just because I'm vulnerable with my mental age due to 22q mainly, the fact that I have classic autism, not Asperger's. I can be easily manipulated, tricked, and I don't know sometimes what the truth is, and I accept that. There's always going to be unknowns. I can have my feelings, because feelings are not ever wrong. Doesn't mean that I'm not wrong in how I feel, but that doesn't matter. Do you know what matters? And this is what everyone forgets. Hey, you guys probably get it. What matters is how I feel. Why does no one give a shit about how I feel used, manipulated and abused and neglected? Why do people not understand that? I've said so many things that in those categories. It doesn't get addressed. So I guess it's true. I pay my way. I fucking pay my way. I pay my way. I don't care if I end up in fucking dead. I want my peace back. But what I'm worried about is not pleasing people in this situation enough that I'll lose my home again as well. And you can just imagine, how that would feel when some of you guys have watched me move house. How often because of these games? Yeah, the last provider wanted to charge Matt $1,000 to live here when he was doing most of the caring. They caused me a fucking heart attack moving out. Where's the accountability? NDIS fucking minister. You're causing me fucking harm, NDIS. Harm. You're not keeping me safe. You're not making my health improve. What the fuck is going on? Talking about information 6 years ago, and I'm having to go blah, 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 blah. By the time I'm getting through it, my support coordinator's like shocked. She's like, fuck, is the look on her face. It's like, yeah. This is because the people that I've also paid you money to speak to aren't telling you the right fucking things. Talk to me. The truth is me. I'm the fucking truth. I'm in control. Choice, control. And that's me. I pay. Not even sir, I pay. Me. My suffering, my category B disability gives me this to purchase through you people, through companies. And all I want is respect. And all I've felt is like my head's been fucked. Mine fucked. And it's not okay. And I've been covering this up for so long. These people aren't who they made themselves out to be. I feel stupid. I'm scared. Because I don't know if I'm going to lose my home after my contract here. I'm sick of the instability and consistency that an autistic needs, that a person who's dying needs. This is how I feel. And I want this to be respected. So if people that watch this, who were involved in this, I want respect. Of this is my feelings, this is my channel, this is my private life too. I'm not just client. If you're watching, I'm a person with feelings and this is how I feel. I've had staff that are like children and talk to me like I'm a fucking child. It's like, you're younger than my fucking child. I don't need this bullshit. The smart assness that I've had to put up with. And you can't do anything because you feel controlled. When you know you should be saying, that's not okay. Get the fuck out. Get out. Is what I should have done. In many situations. And I didn't. Because I'm controlled. I'm not free. And I'm a stupid autistic telling everyone this online. I'm probably going to get myself into trouble because I'm telling you that the government is controlling me because it's true. If they got their, behavioural management plan, you guys all know what I'm talking about if you're autistic. It's not a mental illness. Okay? Is that mental? No, it's just me being stupid. I know all of you have been watching me for years would go, she's not mental. The world is. That's definitely for sure. It's fucking crazy. But I've handled stress with grace, actually. And the times when I've got angry is deserved. And I'll say it again. The times that I have got pissed off is justified. Justified and appalling and is unacceptable behaviours. So stop doing it to me. Stop. I don't want any more head fucking stuff. I don't want any more inconsistencies. I need to take control of my life again. And that's what I'm going to do. I can't please others anymore. Because you know what? They don't say thank you for the loyalty. They don't say thank you. Don't you think they should be thanking me? No. Instead, I think how it seems is maybe someone who said something to me was right. They don't care about me. When someone doesn't care about you in these situations of disability and disability needs, that's not a good situation. You can't be fucking cold about this kind of job. It just doesn't. It's not okay. This isn't corporate. This is humans. This is my life. And fighting for 24/7 is a lot to ask for. Sir's got to do all this paperwork to do so. I've said to him, I just think, quit. Be a been doing paperwork for 7 months, minimum 5 hours a day, unpaid. On top of that, him dealing with me up during the night because I'm in pain. Because doing all of this has been stressful on our household, and no one has bothered to check in with us enough to understand that it's actually causing me harm with my physical condition. Because the stress of fighting for 24/7 from the NGS, all of you can vouch for me that. It's different if you're working in the fucking system. You're paid to deal with the stress. You're paid to deal with the dramas. You're paid to deal with the crap. You're paid to deal with the NGIS. You're paid to deal with it all. The only grace that I've got out of this, which I so appreciate, from the investor to the provider, is my house. I am so grateful. Can you guys see that with how I treat it? But when it comes to my care, it's not the staff. Some of them, yes. And like I said, majority are just good people. Some I haven't been able to have because I'm medically complex. You're meant to have the high intense staff, right? High needs staff. Which is definitely now gonna fucking happen because I have to have that. But the staff I've got are great. There's been a few that are like, no, that attitude is bullshit, needs to stop. We all have that with support workers, don't we? You always have the one in so many who just shouldn't be in the job. Like the one that didn't turn up for 2 8-hour shifts without even calling about why. And I never got a sorry. It's unacceptable, actually. Because that impacted us that day. We had to cancel our plans. It impacted us. And it was also just upsetting. It's like, that's disappointing. That's 2 shifts gone. Like... And then I've had other staff that just think they can treat you, like, look down at you and be like, it's bullshit. It's like, fuck off, okay? Get fucked. To treat someone vulnerable, I'll tell you this, you little shits. You get fucking paid to be unqualified. I'm fucking qualified at this job. And I'm so ashamed of this industry going to shit. What the fuck, Wakos Akos? What did you fucking do and allow? Why aren't you telling the NGS this is bullshit? Unqualified staff earning shit tons of money to fuck up people's days who are sick, disabled? That's why I've got, guess what staff I've got that work, that do it right? 2 nurses and a person who's done support work studies. I'm not surprised. Because they probably don't listen to the, I might be wrong, but I feel like there's bitching behind my back. And I feel like you're just getting me fucking wrong. Thank God I got a channel because you guys know me so fucking well because I don't hide it. You're hearing it right now. You know I don't hide anything. This is just the fucking tea. It's coffee actually. But I always am honest. Everyone knows where they stand with me. And if people don't like where they're standing, they shouldn't have treated me that way. But I'm ready to quit. I'm ready, even though I've got good support workers, I'm ready just to get away from some other components that are just It's toxic. It's toxic. I can't explain it any other way but toxic. And that's not what a person with a bad heart needs. It's not what a person who's dying needs. I don't need this shit at this phase and stage of my fucking life. I've already got family that are shit, who have left me to deal with this all on my own. And not because of anything I've done. And I wish I could explain more, but I can't. And it's so fucking unfair. And now I'm stuck with formal supports. Well, they never, look, these ones do care, but they never care naturally because they're not family. As much as family. I miss the good old days, you know, when family would look after family. But now it's Mr. Albanese. Albanese has made that impossible, number one. Number two, they don't get paid. In America, they fucking do, don't they? Friends, family, don't they get paid to do respite and to do care? Not here. I have to choose strangers. Because my family, even if some of them wanted to, couldn't. They have to work for money to pay, I don't know, rent, mortgage and whatever. They wouldn't even be able to if they wanted to because of the way the system's built. Then the system has agencies that treat you like you're in an institution, pretty much. Even forget that the new agency style is, no, you don't tell me what to fucking do. My support coordinator learnt that quickly. She understands now that I'm the type of participant that's like, no, I'm running the fucking show. I'm not a dementia patient. I'm running the show. Yeah, my mental age is freaking low. It's 18. But 18-year-olds can freaking talk and communicate like an adult and tell you what I want and don't want. And I'm going to do so. So I did. And I will do the same with everyone else. But that's not going so well because they're not listening. There's no meetings. There's no communication. It's bad if you don't communicate. If you don't communicate, you know what? You can't even communicate anymore because there's so much miscommunication. So much, as in literally missing communication, not having communication. It's just pointless now. It's just pointless. And there's just push away. And there's just like, we'll give you another person and another person, another person and a different 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 person. And it's been like that for 8 months. I'm fucking exhausted as an autistic. You guys must be thinking, geez, I wouldn't be able to cope with that. No, I haven't been coping with that. Many different people as an autistic in my home for hours. No, I haven't been coping. Some make it easy, don't get me wrong. The good ones do make it easy, but it's still hard because I'm autistic. It's not that anyone's doing anything wrong. It's not that I'm doing anything wrong. It's just that I'm autistic. If things aren't familiar and the routine is different to my routine my whole life, of course it's going to take a fucking long time as an autistic to get used to it. The training hasn't been done yet, but obviously it is. That's a good thing. But what kind of autism training? The one where, you know, I know there's no restrictive practices things. Yeah. Physical, right? But what if people restrict you mentally? What if they silence you? The pain is just as bad as if you in a meltdown, say, and I'm having a meltdown, and say someone pushed me to the ground and pinned me down to so-called keep me safe, which is now that's, you can't do those practices anymore. But it's the same thing. To silence me, to not communicate to me, to limit the communication to a ridiculous level when if there's problems, they need to be fucking dealt with. And in a timely manner, with respect, with professionalism, and it hasn't been happening. It's been constant fighting is what it feels like. I'm not a fighter. Like, I can't stand it. I just wanted to stop. I just want peace. And I keep talking to these people as if like, oh, these are rational people. And then you get responses and you go, this is not fucking rational. This is fucked. Like, just, you're an ostrich with your head in the sand going, I don't want to fucking communicate properly. On purpose. What do we call those people? What is that? I'm an autistic. Tell me what that is. Why do people just not want to be efficient? It takes less time than causing drama. You were causing drama. You were causing drama. You were causing drama. Weekly, daily, I have felt drama from this situation. I am not asking for that. I keep trying to approach to fix. And every time I approach to fucking fix, I get fucking... Can't fix it. I want to quit. And it's so disappointing. Because it would be so helpful for things to be set up the way things are. But it doesn't look like it's going to work that way, to be quite honest. And you know what? I've got friends here that are owners. I can ring them and say, oh, can you let the ambulance in? To be quite honest. And we offer the same thing to people here. Like, you know, when I don't know if I said, but we babysat Sasha, the little princess. Because for all the good ones here that we connect with, I will always be neighbourly. That's how I was raised. To care about others, not just myself. And I will continue to do that, even as a sick person, and even him as a carer. If he's had lack of sleep, he'll still go feed the cat. He loves that, to help others. He loves helping others. We both serve God. Happily. We all need to try harder, don't we? To be better people. The world, to all you people out there that you know you're harming people, even though you don't want to think you are, you need to check yourself. You need to stop. You need to stop. There are people in this world that are powerless, that are dying, that are hurting over things that, like the loss of my 2 children, do you know how much pain that is? Imagine being like this with your children. And they tell you from afar they love me so much. But they just won't be part of my life. This millennial weirdness, I don't get it. And knowing that in the moment of me dying, we won't be able to get hold of them. And like I was about to say before, I felt this weakness, and I've had this once before, I think. And I think I've told you guys. One night I was in so much pain, and it was deep, and it was, something wasn't right. And I said to him, please just sit next to me. As I lay in the bed, this was at night. I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going to wake up. And I said to him, something's not right. just can't hold on anymore. There's no point waiting for the kids. They're not coming back. There's no point in palliative care counselling because you know what? There's no point in a funeral. And I said to him, something's wrong. I don't know what it is. But I don't know if I can keep holding on. Something isn't right with my heart. The meeting tomorrow needs to get somewhere. My doctor's hoping, but he's like me. He's thinking, this is a good sign. Guys, this is rare life, okay? Anyone with rare knows this life with hospitals. We embarrass them, okay? Specialists get embarrassed with us because we know more than they do. Rare, this is what families deal with. Matt spoke to many families at Murdoch catch up, you know. We don't have a department in hospitals called rare. And if you're not a cute little kid, they don't care. You're just left to just navigate it without a specialist. And I've got this poor GP who's just a GP, and I'm not saying that to put him down. He's a very talented GP. He's a GP that I would recommend to anyone, especially if their health is complex and other doctors can't figure it out, because he can. He just looks at everything with a fine-tooth comb. He goes through everything. Bedside manner, a little bit different. He's very focused on, I've got to fix this, fix you, basically. That's a good thing, guys. Even though over time, I mean, I think that's just because we've known him so long, like, he's more chatty now, which is very fun, because medical could be heavy. So when you get to the heavy stuff after that, you know, bit of fun chat, it's important, I think. And I appreciate it because when you're a patient that you know that in your day, you just don't know, right? Your life is unpredictable. It's an awful way to live sometimes. Most days, I don't think about it. But lately, it keeps being on my mind because of the situation that I'm in. That's how life works. When you're stressed, guys, psychologically, when you're stressed about one thing, everything comes to the surface. That's why I'm saying I've got to fix this one thing, because it does make everything come to the surface. I've already got enough pain and suffering to go through, like I just said about the other night, and including I'm crying every night for hours in pain because I've put on pause because they're waiting for the wheelchair to get to me, because they don't have a box because I've got 3 wheelchairs. They don't have the 3rd box because, once again, I'm rare and I have different needs, and my OT's like, you need 3 wheelchairs. You need one for this, one for that, one for this. So my tilt and space wheelchair, we've said to the hospital, no clinic appointments until my tilt and space is here, because last time I was there, I was on the floor. The time before that, I was on a crash cart thing, a crash board. And then I look at things like the Melbourne University doing genetics, epilepsy, studying genetic epilepsy, and I'm studying genetic epilepsy, and I'm like, that's so great, right? It's not going to help me in the future. or now. I'm so glad it's going to help others though. I wouldn't wish it on anyone to be like this. Seizures are so traumatic. It doesn't matter how many you've had, and anyone who's an epileptic, you know that, right? Doesn't matter how many you have, you just get sick of it. It affects you. The medication affects you. Your mood, right? The seizure affects your mood a little bit for the next day, then it lifts. You get a little bit of a depressed feeling, and then it lifts, which is good. But it's not fun when you're having at least one seizure a week sometimes, or more in summer. Summer is seizure season, as my doctor laughs at that, but it's a true fact of my condition for some reason, and I think it comes back to what he thinks is he's concerned that my brain keeps swelling. I don't disagree because I feel it in my ears and my head gets puffy, and it's not good. It's not good. I'm in such a dangerous medical situation, but because I'm rare and because they late diagnose me, legal, they're scared I'm going to sue them because I've got a fantastic fucking case. Any lawyers out there? For fuck's sake. Got a fucking case and no one even wants to. Because I don't have the money to pay for the things you have to do in cases. Which I understand. So it's not like I don't understand. I do. And it's a complicated one to go through, isn't it? 48 years of just fucking over my life, So you women, you freaking speak up for yourself. To anyone that gaslights you. Because look at me. I thought that everything was just me. I'm just not as tough as everybody else. And look at it. I ended up with a genetic syndrome. That's bad. Because I'm assuming, me being category B with NDIS, I'm assuming category A is like, this person is literally on their deathbed. They're gonna die soon. Like, I don't know what conditions, there's many conditions. I don't know how their system works, but NDIS, having a computer system crash, you just better hope that you don't end up at the coroner's court explaining what the fuck you did. Because the emails that we've sent, we've got receipts. So you just looking shit. You're looking bad. And in the coroner's court, you're going to look bad. And anyone else that's stressing me out, you're going to look bad in a coroner's court because you'll be caught in too. I don't want this. I've warned many people along my journey out of genuine care and concern that my death is going to end up on them because how the system works. Because the system will be going, oh, it wasn't me. Health department, government, NGS, government. They will point the finger at every other care person, the individuals, towards me. Any, clinics, whatever, agencies, whatever, they will look at that because they will scapegoat someone else and go, well, was it me that made her death happen in that way? I warn people all the time for good fucking reason because, like my disability lawyer said, yes, we should be optimistic. Yes, I fucking am. I know that I have the strength through God to be here longer than what the fucking book says. But the fact is, my disability lawyer says the facts are what the stats are. And that's what everything has to be based on. And that's how I have to live my life Hence why I'm so pissed off that I'm not living, that I'm sitting around waiting for Sir to do his admin for hours to get 24/7 care for people who don't seem to appreciate it. I'm exhausted from supporting him through that, and he's exhausted. We're exhausted. It's stupid now. Been doing this since January. And then the NGIS goes and loses everything. Computer system goes all haywire, and it's like, how would be another death on the NGIS of, oh, they fucked up. So dude from the ABC, hello, you should have picked up that bit. Huh? I could be another stat for the goddamn fucking hospital and the NGIS. It's not something you want to be right over though, is it? Because I don't want to die. Funny thing that, isn't it? So guess what? The control is in everyone's fucking hands of whether I live or die and how comfortably I live or die. Because nothing is set up for palliative, and that's neglect. Just as much as it's neglect with all the other stuff that my geneticist has asked 3 times for them to get done, hence the big meeting with the director of the hospital, the executive director of the hospital. And I'm sure there'll be a couple of fucking lawyers there. Any lawyers out there? Because those lawyers wouldn't be sitting there if there wasn't a concern. Now, don't worry about the oxygen, because apparently when they reject oxygen, and get this is what people don't understand. So here's the fucking truth about Australia. If you're a smoker or a minor, you get oxygen if you are suffering like me with what's going on. But because I have a genetic syndrome, there's no box. She's like, I'm sorry, I have no box to tick. Like I'm just a fucking piece of paper and a number. Like the oxygen is not going to do any damage not having access to it. Not saying that smokers shouldn't get support for any health conditions that they end up with. I'm not saying that, guys. Please understand that. But what I'm saying is every patient, regardless of causation, should get oxygen if you say they need it, which she said I do. But the thing is, there's no box for genetic syndromes because she's controlled by the fucking government. So, government, what the fuck? But anyway, apparently if they rejected the NDS, they're forced to do it. Because of my paperwork and my condition. Okay? You're causing brain damage. I've had so much brain damage. And then, you know, when you sometimes get snappy, no patience from people. Has anyone ever heard of traumatic brain injury? I handle it pretty well. But I believe that more is expected of me lately than I feel ever in a long time, to be quite honest. My stress levels are so high, I can't believe it. It's like, how did these people do this to me? Like, how did they just get me so stressed? I'm normally someone that's like, I keep things very controlled for myself to be regulated. This is bullshit. So I'm taking back control because obviously I've given away too much. That's what I've realized. I've been, you know, and once again, if people are listening that are in this situation, please just understand this is my feelings. I feel that I've been so scared to lose my home that I've put up with so many things that I hate, that I actually don't want. I'm fiercely independent, even if it's not recommended or properly done, or I'm a free-range chicken. I don't believe in mainstream life. I just don't. I wasn't raised to come to the city and live like this. Wasn't raised for this, and that's the biggest fucking philosophy thing that I can explain to you of how and why this also adds this so hard, heavy to my heart, why this is adding it to make it so stressful for me. It's because I grew up so free that I don't know this life. I hate this life. I need to feel free. I wish I wasn't sick because I'd live in a tent happily, because I'm so fucking over. If I have to be independent, then I'll buy my own tent and I'll be independent because I own that tent. You people that have your own home and your own control and your own are so lucky. Just know that. I'm not saying this with resenting anyone having that. I want that for people. You deserve it. We all deserve it, right? I'm just saying, just know how lucky you are. Because this world has become so controlling to those of us that don't have our own place. And I've been trying too hard. And you know when you try too hard for people that don't get you or are committed to not understanding you because they just don't give you the time. And normally you just kind of like gently walk away because it's like, oh, there's no point in that. I've been doing the opposite because I'm so scared of losing my home. So you can just imagine how much damage I've done to myself, let's be honest, by tolerating it. By not putting my foot down earlier and saying, no, this is just toxic. This is toxic. I'm going to set some boundaries now because this isn't healthy. This isn't healthy. And it's not black and white. There's been a lot of healthy parts. I'm not saying that. There's been some damn good stuff. And they deserve accolades. But the shit stuff don't get told off. And I disagree with that. I think that some things, especially because they breach NDIS, it's like, why are you doing it? You uneducated dickhead, that is an NDIS big no-no. Don't do it. And why are you doing it to another human? I mean, just doing that to another human is shitty. It's just not okay. Respect your freaking elders too. Where's that gone? Oh. Oh, that's right. I'm the sick one, so I'm less than. That's Australia. I just know that stuff is not going healthy towards me from others, and I'm not going to put up with it anymore. I'm stepping off because I don't think it's deserved. I think that and I'll keep doing it out of absolute respect for the person that is the investor of my home and the people that provide my home for that person. I can't say enough about the person that gave me this home. I can't say enough kind words about them. I can't repay them, but the other part has caused temporary damage, because I can fix myself now. I can say, right, these people have hurt me, and that happens. That's life. But I am Dyan Lily Moore, and I'm fucking strong, and I can fix this, and I can fix myself too, and heal from this pain. I just wanted this to work out, and when people say we're family to an autistic, I think you should be careful when you say that and then rip it away. I don't think people should say, hey, we're family, and then not be. That's a really important rule to this new thing. I know we've got now this emergency services card or police card of like making sure people know more about us, which is wonderful. They're doing a wonderful job to protect us, and we can carry that badge in our lanyards, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful changes, and I'm sure Tony Atwood would be so happy, because after that lady got shot for having a meltdown at Hungry Jack's in Australia, he was advocating hard to the police to get some awareness for autism. Women as well. He focuses on girls and women because he knows we get forgotten. Oh, guys can do that. Yeah, that's autistic. But when us girls do it, you're mental. No, it's called fucking autism. It's not a mental illness. So, but unfortunately, and I've had to accept this as someone who's got IDD as well as autism, meaning I have classic fucking autism. I've always had to deal with this kind of bad behavior towards me. I'm used to it. I've allowed it. I always do, because of autism. But it just saddens me that that part of the world with autism is still not there. And it needs to be. Please, even if you're not someone that knows anyone that's autistic, or if you watch my channel regularly and you know me, you don't have to because of me or all the other people, but it would be nice if just everybody could just watch recent things about autism, just little synopsis to understand us, because it really would bridge that gap, and it's really needed, because there's a lot of misunderstood people out there that get treated like they're bad people, but they're actually not. They're autistic. They're responding and reacting constantly to negative stimuli. Okay? People sometimes treat them like shit because they see, they see the vulnerability. They look at you and they go, yeah, I know I can manipulate you, or I know that you're, retarded is what I say, and I know people hate that, but they see it. And if we have more people that see that as well towards us, that you could protect us too. And you can also get along with us better, because you'll be like, because when things are corrected immediately, everything's cool. But when an autistic gets just pushed aside, things just get messy. Because an autistic cannot read between the freaking lines. They can't. They can't predict what you're thinking, doing. And the unknown ambivalent relationships in psychology, there's studies on it, right? Causes physical pain. How fucked up is that? So ambivalent relationships cause physical pain. I've just been responding, reacting to negative stuff in a negative way. And that's my mistake in this. That's what I need to own. And I do. And I'm changing that. Because, like the Bible says, I want to try to be as good as Jesus. So I've got to do better. I've got to rise above this, and I've got to do better, and I've got to make changes and be independent, which is, you know what? I've done this 1,000 times over. Oh, I got let down. It's all good. I got this. I'll work it out, and I move on, and I always end up happier. I've done it 1,000 times over. I can do things hard too. You know, getting up as a kid, an autistic, non-verbal, classic autistic kid, with the help of my brother. Made my lunch, packed my bag, brushed my hair, tried to put it in some kind of pigtail, ponytail, went to school. I did it. I'll be fine. I could crawl around my apartment and care for myself if I had to. I really don't care. People think I might be like very materialistic and very, like a little soft, you know, a little fragile, a little, like a little, oh my gosh, you know, she's so needy. She's probably someone that's a princess, you know. No. Daddy's little girl, yeah, I was. But you know what? I'm an adult. I'm an independent woman. And I've done everything myself. I did something that only 1 in 5 22 kilos do. Got married, had kids, studied, and worked. All of those things only 1 in 5 do. And it was damn hard. I did it. I'm an overachiever. I'm damn proud. I'm so glad my son told me how proud he was of me, and I was so grateful to just hear that. He doesn't need to say that to me as far as I'm concerned. But he saw my struggle with my health. He realised that he didn't take it serious enough until the diagnosis of 22q, I think. I think that was the realisation for him. How strong his mum is. He learnt. People mistake me. I make life look like I am someone that is just chill and, you know, like, I make everything look so easy that it's as if I don't do anything for myself. I do a lot for myself, guys. Very independent. I'm very strong. I am someone that, you know, for example, I don't need to have a partner. I might want to, but I don't have need to. I'm proud of that compared to people in my family that I feel are just like, jump to the next person. That, to me, never made sense. I was like, no, that's weakness. I'm going to be strong. And my Uncle Ray made me damn strong. I am so grateful for all of the arguments we had and how he would laugh at my anger. I don't know why everyone laughs at my anger. Not this kind of anger, I'm assuming, but like some anger people just go, oh, you're funny. So this isn't a funny moment, I'd say, Uncle Ray. This isn't funny. Okay, I'm really mad at you. And he'd be like, you need to learn this. And I'm like, I don't want to learn whatever that is. I want this answer, or I want to do this, or I would argue full on, right? We would butt heads, but in an intellectual way, if that makes sense. Because he was teaching me that fuck this world, you've got it. You don't need these people. What the fuck are you doing? That's what he'd say to me now, if he was around. What the fuck are you doing? You don't need these people. You've got this. You've always had it. Look what you fucking survived. You can still laugh every day, all day. You still play every day. And yet you went through all that fucking shit. Lots of shit. Okay? This trauma crap, stop playing on it, some people. Please. Okay? It's a choice. You can fucking suffer, or you can choose to fucking not. If I can freaking rise above, trauma's like, let me just give you one. And I can't even count on my hands of traumas that I've totally overcome. One, a guy shot himself in my house with a shotgun. Okay? I know the smell of death at 7. Okay? I'm fucking strong. You don't need to live in that shit. You don't need to keep going, oh, poor me. Yes, there's moments in life where there's that first initial thing of like, yeah, I need to talk about this with someone, or I need to let it out, or whatever. But that needs to pass, right? Yeah, exactly. You need to grow up and deal with the fact that that's life. Life is shit, messy, yucky, but it's also what you fucking make it. Here. And here is the eyes and how you see the world. You choose what you want to see. You choose the other part. You do choose, once you have an epiphany like me and go, why am I letting people control me? Well, out of fear of losing my house. Okay, so worst case scenario, lose my house. Who cares? If that's how mean the world wants to be, then God's saying this is what you need to go through for a reason. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. At the end of the day, no one really makes the decision. God does. That's my beliefs, and I apologize if you're not religious and this annoys you. Okay, I don't want to, and you can ignore it. I have respect for everyone. I love everyone. I don't say, you gotta be religious because I am. Okay? But I just believe in my heart that because as a little girl being so struggling, it's very hard being nonverbal. It's very hard not having language. And being a child of like stress around you, other people's stresses around you, right? And you're having to regulate, and you're autistic and you're nonverbal and you can't explain. So that's why I always say, watch the movie Please Stand By, because when she shows her flashbacks of her as a little girl, that was me. And the piano scene, that was me with my Nana Moore. But basically, you choose when you realize, because sometimes we get blinded, right? Sometimes we see things and go, but I want it to be like this. So you keep trying, don't you? And then you realize, okay, just accept it for what it is. And I do now. I quit this benefit of the doubt thing. I have to. At some point when situations are so ambivalent, It's like, no, something's not right. This just doesn't feel right. I need to possibly make a change here. And I'm not afraid. At first I was, absolutely, when I first thought about this. I was like, oh, I'm scared again. If the worst case scenarios happen, it's meant to happen. 11/11. That's creepy. It's very creepy. Anyway, whatever happens, happens. God's got that. You've got all the control, actually, God, don't you? Is that kind of fair? Actually, it is. You gave up your son. Okay. It is fair. And he was perfect. So I can't really say, I can't argue with God, right? I used to as a little kid. I used to lie there. As I got older, I think I was about 10, and I started to, have thoughts that were more complex, and I'd be like, I challenged God sometimes, especially with the life that I had that was so shit. And I'd be like, why can't someone come and adopt me, foster me? And I knew Jesus was there. That's why I'm a believer, by the way. Yes, I was raised in that Catholic way, kneeling at your bed, but, and I don't not believe it, I believe in it. My mum stopped believing in it when she went to the priest to ask to marry the second time. I said, Mum, it doesn't work like that. They won't let you. I was so embarrassed. I was 11 turning 12. I was like, this isn't a good idea, Mother. Please don't take me in with you to sit with the priest. My poor mum. It's, as much as my mum was an abuser, it's really sad that she just tries to be too perfect, and it's ruined her, really, because I miss the real her that I know, because you know your own mum, right? The hippie mum, I miss that one. That was the real her. She's talented at that. She's self-sufficient. She really is. She just didn't know it. But anyway, I guess the moral of the story, to wrap this up, is don't be scared of making certain decisions when you're feeling controlled by people who have so much power to, yes, give you an amazing life, but they also have the power to take it away. Don't allow that fear to control you. Okay? And one day, if my kids do listen to me and I'm not here, and there's struggles in your life, you want to know? That's the moral of the story. God will make life happen for you in directions, for reasons. You'll always find out later. You never find out in the moment. That's the frustrating part. He doesn't answer things quickly. He doesn't arrange things quickly. It's very slow. But to all of you, I want you to remember that. And it doesn't have to be a God thing that you can attach it to. But think of it as what's meant to be is meant to be, right? That is life. So why let others control you? That's what I've learned. Again, or just forgotten. because I know better. I'm really angry at myself. And my tears are about that. I'm really sad that with all of my efforts of self-development, all of my struggles with my autism and my mental age and all of the mental battles I've had, I'm so disappointed in myself for allowing myself to react to people that are just not doing me right. I've got to change that. That's my lesson. I need to get better at that. I need to stop things way sooner and stop letting things get out of control. So that's where I'm at. It's like jumping off a bridge. Then again, it makes you feel like, no, it's like jumping off like when I was a teenager on a Friday night in summer with my friends at Hillary's Marina, jumping off this one little jetty thing, and it had ladders and things you could jump off, and we used to swim there. It's like jumping into the water. I was scared every time. But when it works out, things just, you get back up the ladder and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm okay. That's life. I'll be okay, no matter what. Love you guys. And for those of you that are people that like to actually hear other people's stories and you've listened to all of this, I thank you. And I hope that out of my journey that I'm sharing, that you're getting something out of it too. Because I know others that I listen to, they help me too. So I hope I'm helping you. So that's kind of why I share it. Otherwise, I would just be talking to God about what I'm talking about now. I think God's like, oh, for goodness sake, she's just, what now? What now? Really? You've realised that again? I thought you learnt that 1,000 times. Sorry, Uncle Ray as well. You're in control of everything, and then sometimes we get tricked into what we need or what we want by others. Remember what you want and need. Block the noise out, okay? And just clear that noise and listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. I love you all. Thank you for listening this far, because you're an amazing person for listening to me for this long, because that was a lot. Like I said, I hope it helped.